the only thing. I just didn't like how they handled my situation, my injury. So, a lot went on with that I didn't agree with. And now that I'm here, I'm able to do the things I have to do to get me back ready to where I need to be. So I learned a lot there, got a lot of friends there, a lot of great coaches. I just didn't like how they handled my situation with my injury.
Again, we talk about it every week. So, each week there's players that we know or we've had or they've been here or whatever it is. So, so that type of situation comes up every week.
But does it seem like he's back to his old self?
He played about 20 plays last week.
Okay, thanks, Bill, for that. Do you think this was a mistake on the part of the Patriots, Ted, the way they handled this whole situation?
Well, yeah, absolutely. Because if I got to say that it's a mistake now, if I've been saying it's a mistake all along, and I have. I would make the argument that if Stephon Gilmore was on this team, you guys, for the Tampa Bay game and the Dallas game, that there's a good chance that they win those games. All you had to do was a play here or play there. And if you had better secondary play in those games, then I think maybe you win those games. And so, yeah, I think he should be here. And my feeling is, at the end of the day, it was probably for over a few $1 million. All right, it was probably if you just gave him a bump and pay for this year, you would have had a satisfied Stephon Gilmore. And the fact that they didn't, people will argue that he wasn't ready to go at the beginning of the season, even if you did give him a bump. I don't believe that. I feel like he probably was, and he was holding out because he wasn't getting paid. And so if you gave him a few $1 million, he would have been happy. He would have been on this team. And I think he would have really helped this secondary out, even though at the end of the day, you look at the numbers, they're not that bad for this secondary. And I almost think it's one of the strengths of this team. However, having said that, I think the ability to blitz and do multiple different things on defense and you really haven't been able to do because he hasn't been on this team, I think is holding you back a little bit.
All right, you said, you've been saying it all along, so you got to keep saying it. No, you can change your mind. You can change your mind, Ted Johnson, if you want to. My point is, no matter what his position was, Gilmore I'm talking about, it was a big swing and a miss on both of their parts, right? So the Patriots lost a cornerback, and they can use a cornerback. I'll admit that. But Stephon Gilmore didn't get what he wanted. He wanted a new contract, didn't get it from New England, nor did he get it from Carolina. So what did he actually gain? You tell me.
Well, I don't know if you want to say they both lost evenly. I'm not so sure about that. Stephon Gilmore's not with the Patriots anymore. So I think if he wasn't going to get paid, the best case scenario for him was to not be playing for the Patriots. So he won't say that right now while he's still an active player, and particularly not the same week that he's playing against the Patriots. He's not going to say that. But my feeling is he's happy that he is not in New England anymore. And so at the end of the day, I think he got what he wanted. Maybe not the bump and pay, but
yeah.
The next best thing for him would be to not be in
to
New
go
England.
to the Carolina Panthers.
He got out of jail, Mike. You see, you don't get it. A lot of players don't like it.
Listen, hey, some people go out of jail, get out of jail, and go right back. That's what he did. He got out of jail. He went right back to Carolina because they lose this game.
Well, it was a nicer prison.
Oh, come on. But Sam Darnold's his quarterback. Sam Darnold, a quarterback. Come on now.
Yeah, so the Patriots are 4-4, and they just beat the L.A. Chargers, and now they're that much better than the Carolina Panthers.
But it's the same.
I don't know about that, Holley.
Okay, Ted. Let's say it's the same situation. I'm just telling you, he made a big deal about. He was subtweeting about his contract. He left the Patriots, went to Carolina, same situation team-wise, and no money.
He didn't want to be here.
But he's happier though, Michael.
Okay.
I mean, that's the thing. He's probably happier, and he feels. Is the last thing he wanted to do was have to walk into that office every single day, that stadium every day in Foxborough. So at the end of the day, he probably it didn't matter what team. It doesn't matter if it's probably maybe even the Detroit Lions might be bad, but any other team other than the Detroit Lions, he was probably happy going to as long as it wasn't here in New England.